Okay, first off, I apologize. I have some music in the background, but I'll see if I can help you out with this one. So the corners of the square line on this circle that has a diameter of 0.35 meters. So if I think about it, a diameter is going from one side of a circle to the other side of the circle, but it has to go through the center. So if I imagine that the center is somewhere around there, my diagonal, my diameter is going to go something like this. So in this particular case, it's basically going to split this square that's sitting in the center into two right triangles. Because you remember, if it's a square, these are right triangles. So we know that diameter, that's D, that is 0.35 meters. All the other sides are L, because this is a square. Your goal is to figure out what L is based off of that. Now there's a couple of ways to do this. The easiest way is actually, or one way to do it is actually use Pythagorean theorem. Since D would be the same as your hypotenuse, then D squared would equal L squared, which is one of the sides, plus L squared, which is one of the other sides. And then L squared plus L squared is two of them. So D squared would equal 2 of these L squareds. And so you could actually solve for L based off of that. Since we know what D is, that it is 0.35 meters squared equals 2 times L squared. And then just do it like a little algebra problem, divide by 2, square root, and you're good. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is if it is L and L, that means it's an isosceles triangle. That means the angles that are opposite those sides have to be congruent. So this angle would have to actually be congruent to this angle. The only way that is true if it's a right triangle is they have to be 45 degrees. And if they are 45 degrees, another way of actually finding L, since you have the hypotenuse of the triangle, is actually to use sine or cosine. I could say that the sine of 45 degrees, for example, and I'll just use this 45 degrees right there, is equal to the opposite side, L, divided by my hypotenuse, which is D. So in other words, it would be L over 0.35, solve for L. Either one of those should work. I hope that helps.